Actor Rakul Preet Singh and Quan Agency Manager Karishma Prakash have arrived at the Narcotics Control Bureau office for questioning today in connection with the agency's probe into this alleged Bollywood drug nexus. This is the first time the 29-year-old actor has appeared for questioning before the anti-drug agency that launched an inquiry following chats retrieved from the phone of arrested actor Rhea Chakraborty. And besides Rakul Preet Singh, who has reached there at the office, Deepika Padukone, Sara Ali Khan and Shraddha Kapoor have also been summoned by the NCB, and they're expected to come for that, giving their statement over the next 2 days. Well, let's go across to Saurabh, who joins us from the Narcotics Bureau office there, and Rohit Khilnani also joining us. Saurabh, so Rakul Preet has arrived there, and this is just to give a statement, and it's based, as we've been mentioning, on these WhatsApp chats that have been recovered by the agency.
Yes, in fact, these statements have to be recorded as part of the investigations, and that's why Karishma Prakash, also, Rakul Preet Singh have been called to record their statements. That process is underway actually at this building here, which is the building of the Narcotics Control Bureau, where, the officers are. And what we know is that all their statements will be recorded as part of the investigation. This is case 1520. Which was actually the first case that was registered post the Enforcement Directorate handing over certain alleged drug chats that were allegedly recovered from the phone of Rhea Chakraborty. And post that, this case was registered. But then in a separate case that was registered by the Narcotics Control Bureau, which is 1620, Rhea Chakraborty was questioned. Her brother has been arrested and questioned in that case. She also has been arrested. Their bail pleas are going to be heard by the Bombay High Court on the 29th of September. But before that happens, also the investigation in case 1520, which is the first case, that's also underway with actor Rakul Preet Singh and and film industry talent manager Karishma Prakash also being questioned here at the Narcotics Control Bureau office. The anti-drugs agency is recording their statements, and will depend on, and the future course of action will depend on what happens in statements that are recorded.
All right, and Rohit, this future course of action is something that has all of Bollywood quite worried right now, given, the way this case has progressed with the, Rhea first, Rhea being questioned and then more being questioned, then their WhatsApp chats are being tracked.
Absolutely. In fact, just to remind our viewers, in fact, when, even Rakul Preet Singh was worried when her name first popped up in this case, and she went to Delhi High Court. Because she was very confident that she's been, this is just defaming and nothing else. And then, of course, once NCB called her, that she was in Hyderabad shooting, and yesterday she could not make it, and today she's gone to the Narcotics Bureau, and she's being questioned right now. The industry keeping a very close watch on this, because they're more worried because WhatsApp chats, going back to 3 years ago, are being now not just taken by the authorities, but also being flashed over television screens. So this is what everybody is worried about. And the one question they're all asking each other is that who's next?
All right. Thanks so much, Rohit, for joining us with that. So Karishma Prakash and Rakul Preet Singh both have arrived at the Narcotics Bureau office for questioning and giving their statements on this on the drug probe that is taking place. Well, let's go across to Arvind for more on what he's hearing from the Narcotics Control Bureau. And Arvind, so this is a recording of statement, and as Rohit was telling us, more worry among Bollywood, because it seems that WhatsApp chats from even 3 years ago are being tracked and being connected, and it's like a wider web that is in which more and more Bollywood names are emerging.
Yeah, Gargi, like Rohit was explaining, now the Narcotics Control Bureau had summoned 4 of the top actors of Bollywood, including Rakul Preet Singh, Sara Ali Khan, Deepika Padukone and Shraddha Kapoor. Out of them, today Rakul Preet Singh has joined the investigation. Rakul Preet Singh and also Karishma Prakash, who is the manager of Deepika Padukone and also an employee of Quant Talent Management. Both of them have appeared before the Narcotics Control Bureau officials in Mumbai, and the questioning and the investigation has started. In fact, agency officials are actually calling it as an examination, because they have not been called called as an accused in this particular case. During the examination, during the questioning of other people, these two names have cropped up, and that's why the agency has summoned these two individuals, and both Rakul Preet Singh and also Karishma Prakash, after asking for more time to appear before the agency today, both of them have joined the investigation, and the questioning and the examination has started. And our sources say that after a brief examination, their statement will be duly recorded under section 67 of NDPS Act. So that's regarding the line what we are getting from the Narcotics Control Bureau. But again, what the Narcotics Control Bureau will get from today's examination is something very important, because the entire case rests on completely on WhatsApp messages that were retrieved from the mobile phones of Rhea Chakraborty and also Jay Saha. So it is based on these messages, one or two messages, the agency has actually summoned these two individuals now, and they are being questioned. So what the agency, because these messages cannot, these messages alone will not be sufficient or enough for the agency to build a case to file prosecution against any person in this particular case. They need to corroborate, they need to collect more evidence to substantiate these messages, because these messages will not add any evidentiary value when it is presented before the court, because the agency has not seized any drugs in this particular case. So what the agency does from this point of hour, from today, is very, very important, because as of this moment they have summoned 4 actors, and out of 4, 1 have already joined the investigation, 1 has already joined the investigation, and 3 are yet to join the investigation tomorrow. So after tomorrow's examination, will the agency again issue summons to few more actors? The agency will start gathering evidence to what the case they have at this point of hour is something that we have to wait and watch.